good evening, or even good afternoon, or good morning, shall I say, depending on where you're watching from. Big up wherever you are watching from. Big up everyone. Smash the like, sub, make man sub, and look, uh, I had to bring him on since after what happened during that um dramatic game um against everyone. And listen, Omar, I
Mhm.
know there's been some things, but bro, we had to, didn't we? We had to. What we saying, brother? All good?
Uh, hey, I'm good, man. I'm here. I'm alive. Everything is good.
I'm alive.
It is what it is. What's
Yeah,
going
it's
on?
it's starting already, people. Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking. Listen, smash the like, sub, yeah, and sub to Omar as well. It's links in the tower, yeah. Listen, anyone, if you can just put this guy's link in the chat, I'll pin that comment. Yeah, then I'll just pin the comment. But bless him nonetheless. Come on, you might know how I roll. You know how this thing rolls. Big up everyone. Omar,
Mhm.
let's get into it, bro. El Clasico happened.
Mhm.
After four straight wins, your streak finally came to an end.
Mhm.
Um, bro, what were your thoughts, brother, on the game?
I mean, the better team won. We didn't turn up at all, to be honest. Right? We didn't turn up at all. Right?
Yeah,
I can't. Like I feel like 2-1 was a flattering scoreline for Barca if we're gonna keep it 100. Right?
yeah.
It was flattering for us. I feel like Madrid were not brave enough in the second half. They could have really gone for the
Mm,
neck if they really wanted to, right? They nullified us. Key players did not perform in this game, right? It was a poor performance, stinky performance from the manager as well. Tactically, completely got outclassed by Alonso. Yeah, I'm gonna be very honest, man. It was truly a disgusting performance. I can't sugarcoat it. It wasn't a great performance, and I obviously I did the Galactico. I did the Chaos show
yeah.
yesterday. I arrived late, and I was kind of watching the whole thing, and I was like, you know what it is. I'm not even gonna take the high road on this because these guys, we all know, man. Like sometimes certain people they don't like when you're just trying to hold your L, they can't even let you hold your L in peace. You understand what I mean, right? They got it.
Nah,
They got.
yeah,
They got. They always got to ram it in to remind you that you can hold the L. Like, bro,
yeah.
I can hold the L if you let me hold it. But guess what? You don't want me to hold it. All right, cool. I'm not gonna hold the L then. It is what it
Mm,
is. But yeah, poor performance, disgusting performance. Right? No different from what I saw against Sevilla. No different from what I saw against Girona. Honestly, man,
mm.
I was truly disgusted by that performance. I can't even lie. But
What went wrong? Do you think?
everything, man. I hated the lineup. When I saw Ferran Torres on the starting 11, I knew I was like, ridiculous. This
Yeah.
guy's coming back from injury and just started him right away. Like, this guy, I don't know what he has to do to get benched. He's proven so many times he is a permanent bench player. That's what he is. He is a bench player. Some players are not cut out to be attackers
Yeah.
or starters. They're not. It's that simple. It's nothing personal. At the end of the day, you're just not good enough. But we keep on playing him. We keep on playing him. We
Mm,
insist that he has to play. I don't know why, but we insist on it. Right? He never does his job when he actually starts and does his best work as a bench player.
mm,
I would have honestly rather seen Pedri move play in the 10, put Firmin on the left, put Rashford in the middle, and put Yamal on the right. That's what I wanted to see. But
yeah.
I knew, but you know what it is? I know what I want, but I always know I'm not gonna get what I want when it comes to Flick.
Mm,
Right?
mm.
He's so predictable. And
Yeah, he is.
honestly,
He
this
is. Yeah.
season, and this season, to be honest, I feel like this season is the season where the chickens have come home to roost. If you play the same style every single game, what you think teams are not gonna suss you up? They're not
Of
gonna see
course. Yeah.
your mistakes. They're not gonna see your weaknesses. Barcelona showed last season when we were winning that we had weaknesses.
Mm,
Last season we showed that we had weaknesses, bro. We conceded a lot of goals. People forget this. People think that we were elite 10 out of 10 the whole season. We were not. We were
Well,
not. gonna tell
but what went wrong? Though, what do you think is the biggest thing that's gone wrong? Do you think you guys
you
getting
know
rid
what
of?
it is? You know what it is? We haven't
Oh,
scored as much goals as last season, Sam.
is it that,
See,
or do you think it's because
la-
Martinez went and you didn't replace him?
yes, Martinez is an important, it's definitely a huge loss. Yes, he
Mm,
is. But, but, this is the important thing, right? Even with Martinez in this team, we were still conceding last season. The difference is, where teams were scoring one, we were scoring three. So when your attack is that deadly, your defense gets bailed out every single game.
mm-hmm, mm,
And that's the issue. You saw it in the games where our attack was being nullified, we lost. You saw it in the Champions League when we played against Inter. That 4-3 game. We scored a lot of goals. We scored 6 goals in that tie. But we leaked out 7.
mm.
We leaked 7. And this season, it's the opposite. This season, we're not scoring as much goals as we did last season. We're not creating, our attack is not as fluent. It's not as deadly as it was last season. This season, our defense has been exposed. So people now see our defense for what it is.
Are
And
you worried moving forward then with all this?
I'm definitely worried because I feel like Flick is exposing his biggest weakness at Barcelona.
Mm,
His biggest weakness, which is his arrogance, his stubbornness, his
mm,
naivety. This guy comes in, plays the same way every single flipping game. Like, you know what they always say, Sam? The definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over, expecting different results. This guy is doing the same BS every single game.
mm-hmm, mm.
The same style. And you're getting outclassed by Girona. Like, Girona, if Girona, who are 18th in the league, are outclassing you, what do you think Real Madrid are going to do with their attack?
Yeah,
My
we're
biggest
always
fear,
gonna, yeah.
my biggest fear was what I saw in that game. I've been saying in every preview, every stream I've done before the game.
I was gonna ask,
Yes,
like, what was the worst for you in that game? Like, what was the most annoying thing that you saw? Was like, okay, now this is completely like over the top, unacceptable for you.
the same BS I've complained about for weeks. The flipping high line. How are you going to play a high line against Vinicius, Brahim, and flipping Mbappe? Like, I'm sorry, Ada Guler. How are
Mm,
you going to play a front three like that, right? Who you know have pace amongst them, and you're going to play a line that high? Like, Real Madrid did not make us pay enough for our high line. I'm
no.
genuinely surprised by that. I was like, bro, Kylian Mbappe could have had a hat trick easy in that game if
Oh,
they actually.
I mean that you the puta ref. Now that I've looked back on it, it touches Fermin Lopez, but then that stupid VAR on for that golazo says he touched a Real Madrid player, therefore he's offside. Cool, say less.
Look,
But
look, man. The I could, I feel like there's a lot of things you could digest in the game, and we're definitely going to
mm,
get into all the rest of it. But as far as this game is concerned, right, it's the same problems that I saw against Girona, bro. The way they were just breaking through our high line, the way Sevilla made us pay. I'm like, bro, Real Madrid were actually. This is why, and I said it yesterday when we were in the chaos show. I said, if I'm a Madrid fan, yes, I would be happy we won, but I would not be like over the moon. I'll tell you why. Because I would have looked at that game thinking this was our chance to actually embarrass these guys.
yeah,
This was our opportunity. There was they were open. They were doing the same things they did against Sevilla and Girona, and we had the players that could have hurt them. Why didn't we try? Why weren't we brave enough? Why weren't we as brave as they were last season when they were going at our defense when we had injuries in our defense? Because we
mm,
saw when your defense was struggling last season, guess what? Did we show mercy? No. We were like, okay, we will risk conceding goals to score more goals against Real Madrid. And it worked.
mm,
It worked. And I'm getting tired. And this is the thing. I've said this on my channel. I've made videos about it. When it comes to Flick, I am obviously a defender of his because of what he achieved.
mm-hmm.
But I am not one of these people that are going to be like, but remember what he did last season. I'm sorry. I'm judging him for what he does this season. And I'm
Yeah,
not going to lie, he's not helping himself with the things he's been doing. He's not been helping what he's been doing. His stubborn and hard-headedness is going to get him against the fans. I'm seeing fans already tired of him.
Oh yeah,
And
I've seen some of the stuff that they're saying. Get out
yeah,
of my
because
club.
and this is the thing. People can say, oh, the fans have been reactionary. I don't think so. I think that a lot of the fans do have a right to be upset because they're just sitting there like, bro, we're seeing you doing the same BS every single week, and the teams are taking advantage of it, but you refuse to change it. Like, you know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
That, bro, do you know what it is? I think this guy. Oh, by the way, you want to respond?
Well, listen, everybody knows Omar BYT's opinions are his opinions. I am not here
Mm,
to satisfy all Barcelona fans. Okay?
mm,
At the end of the day, I'm sure he didn't even watch the video. That's the funny thing. He probably saw the title where I put like he talks too much, and they were like, "All right, we know what you're doing." Look,
mm.
at the end of the day, Yamal talks too much. When you talk,
Oh,
you
I
talk.
was
You
just
gotta
gonna get
walk
into
away.
that. I was just gonna get into that.
Well,
Lamine
listen.
Yamal and Pedri,
Mm.
bro. They had I would say both of them had two of their absolute worst games I've seen this season. Lamine Yamal, apart from that pass to Kunde, nothing. Got pocketed. Pedri, I thought he had his worst game for Barca. Struggled to keep up. He was clearly annoyed with the pressing that Real Madrid made in the midfield. What was it then? Got himself sent off at the end. Stupid challenge, in my opinion, that he did. Um, Talk to me, bro. These two. What were your thoughts on these two performances? You can start with. Do you know what? Actually, can you start with Pedri and then move on? Because I think Lamine Yamal is more of a talking point than Pedri. But let's start
You
off
know
with
what it is with Pedri? Yeah, you know what it is. That was definitely Pedri's worst performance, and that's saying a lot. Because I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I don't think you know what it is with Petri, right? One thing I would give Petri, Petri was trying. Yes, he wasn't accomplishing like his, what he was trying to do, but I could
yeah.
see him at least trying. That's why he got
Mm.
sent off. Because he was trying stuff. He was trying anything to get into the game. Madrid just had a masterclass against him. Look, I think that when it comes to Flick, I'm sorry, Alonso knew who our best players were. He knew our best players. He knew who to nullify. What did I say? I always talk about how important Yamal and Pedri are to the team. I always talk about how important Pedri is to the team. People don't listen to me when I talk about how important Pedri is. Pedri is everything in that midfield. He's the one that makes everything tick. Guess what? Alonso knew that because Alonso said, okay, I'm going to play Camavinga and Tchouaméni in that midfield. I'm just going to have runners in that midfield. That's it. Just have runners. I'm not interested in having boilers like, creating number 8s or something. Nah, bro. Just have runners, bro. Just run Pedri to the ground. That's all I need you to do. Wherever he goes, you follow him. You understand what I mean? Right? And in the end, Pedri had his worst game. He got sent off for the first time in his career. That's crazy. He's his first
First
ever
time in
red
his
card.
career.
First red card of his career.
Oh wow.
Yeah. First red card of his career.
Wow.
That's what I heard. They said it's his first red card of his career. So
But why was he so poor? Do you think? Why was it because we
because
were
you know
so
what it
good?
is? It's
Or
the setup. Setup.
setup?
I feel like I
The
feel like I feel
manager.
like Madrid had two plans. They had two plans in this game: nullify
Mm,
Yamal, nullify Pedri. You
mm.
saw in the game, Vinny and Carreras were two manning Yamal in that game.
Even
Yamal,
Bellingham was onto Yamal
that's my
big time.
point. They had like 2-3 man. Every time Yamal was on the ball, every single area was locked. You have nowhere to breathe. Same thing applies with Pedri. I was seeing Pedri on the ball. I was seeing Tchouaméni and Camavinga on his tail. Every time Pedri looked like he was on a space, the lock closed the space down.
53 consecutive matches played before. Jesus Christ.
He's been played over the ground. This is the first time he's
Bro,
actually.
you've run this. Bro,
This
you're
is
running
actually the
these guys
first
into
time
the
he's gonna get. This is actually the first time he's getting rested. It's crazy. He had to get sent off to get rested.
Wow.
I get tired of it. You know how many times I've done predictions saying Pedri should be benched, and I see Pedri on the pitch.
Hmm?
I said, you know how many times I do my previews and I predict a lineup and I'm like, this is the game Pedro's definitely going to be benched and he gets played in the bottom of, against the bottom of the table. I'm like, "Brother, this is ridiculous.
I'm guessing like 3, 4 times you've said that, and it's never happened.
I'm genuinely surprised. This guy was injury prone before Flick and he's getting played to the ground under Flick and he's still not injured.
Do you fear that he could get injury prone again?
If he gets an injury, it's going to be a bad one. I'll tell you that
You
right now.
you don't think it's going to be a small one? No chance.
No,
Big one.
no. The way he's being run to the ground, I'm worried that his next injury could be an ACL. I pray to God we don't lose Pedri. If we lose Pedri, and even if we have the rest of our players back and we lose Pedri, that's it. The season is over. That's it. Because nobody can do Pedri's job in that midfield. No one. We have no one.
Bro, do you know what it is, mate? It's I think, look, Pedri, yeah, he was poor, but I will say this. He's the one man that allows for me to have a bad game because Pedri, for me, we even saw today, he don't even need to be on the pitch. If my man is on the pitch but he does not perform well, bro, your midfield goes from here to here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's nowhere in between. Obviously, I was shocked because I even said on my preview with all my Madridistas going in, and even on Football Chaos, I said, you ain't going to keep Pedri quiet for 90 minutes or Lamine Yamal.
Right.
But if you try and nullify them as much as you can and try to keep them as quiet as much as possible, bro, never in my life did I expect Pedri to actually be able to be kept quiet for 90 odd minutes.
Well, you know
Lamine
what's
Yamal, apart from the Kunde pass, bro, nothing.
It's this setup, bro. That's why I keep telling people, look, Barcelona's kryptonite is Pedri. I've said, you know what's funny? I always give the people, right? When people don't watch a lot of my videos.
See your Rodri.
Every time people, I tell people Barcelona's biggest weakness is not Yamal, it's not Rafinha, it's not none of these guys. This is why I was saying Pedri was my player of the season last season. When people were talking about Rafinha, talking about Yamal, I was saying Pedri. I was one of the only people that said Pedri was my player of the season. Why? Because people don't see what Pedri is doing. Pedri doesn't get the goals, doesn't get the assist. He doesn't get the goals. Yeah, okay, cool. But I promise you, get Pedri out of that midfield and take a look at how that midfield looks. You're going to see in the next few games. I'm not saying we're going to lose, but you will definitely notice our midfield is very different. You're going to be like, bro, you can tell Pedri is not playing in this game. You can tell. You understand what I mean, right? And Alonso knew that. Look, Alonso is a midfielder. He understands how important certain midfielders are on the pitch.
Yeah.
He's played with some of the best midfielders in the world. You understand what I mean, right? He played with Gerrard, he played with Modric at Real Madrid.
Oh,
right?
He played with
Kaká. He's played with a lot of midfielders, right?
Yeah.
He's played with a lot of midfielders, right? So he knows how important the midfielder is. You understand what I mean, right? Midfielders don't get goals and assists. I mean, he was a top-class midfielder. He wasn't known for GA, but guess what? He was playing every week for Real Madrid, for Liverpool, for Spain, for everywhere. He was always playing. Bro, when we had Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, guess what? They still managed to shoehorn Alonso in the lineup. Was he getting benched? Absolutely not, bro. You don't bench Alonso, bro. He was getting played. They shoehorned, and they were like, oh, yeah, Iniesta, move to the left. And then Xavi, Alonso, and Xavi will be on the midfield. That's how you do it. And that's my point. Why do you do that? Because they don't get the goals and assists. They are the orchestrators. They are the masterminds.
The key people in the middle.
They're the key. Yeah, they're the architects. They're the ones that see everything.
More like the controlling one.
Exactly. They're like the puppet master, bro. They're the ones that control everything. That's what Pedri is. That's why Alonso was like, nullify Pedri. Keep Pedri quiet, bro. Pedri does nothing. Camavinga. This is why I said it. This is why he played Camavinga. This is why Camavinga started. I knew when I saw the lineup, I was like, this guy, he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. Like, I was like, when I saw the lineup and I saw Camavinga and Truman in the midfield, I said, yo, I know Alonso is doing. I know the plan. This brother brought runners in this game.
You did not like the lineup that we put out.
No, bro. I knew what he was doing. I was like, bro, the fact that he's bringing on Camavinga and he's basically saying, I don't need no creativity in the midfield. What I need is for you to to cut
Oh, he
off
had
their creativity.
creativity. That was Arda, but he put him much up higher. He wasn't even
That's my
interested in
point.
our
That's why
midfield.
he played Bellingham because he was like, bro, I'm not interested in creating any chance in midfield. I'll let the attack create all their chances. What I want is for this midfield to destroy my Barcelona's creativity. Just stop Pedri. Quiet Pedri, bro. De Jong, yeah, De Jong can do whatever he wants because De Jong doesn't usually, do a lot of stuff. Like most of the time, he does most of the time he does a lot of the work and give it to Pedri to do the finishing touches. You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I mean? But Pedri,
Mm.
he's everything. He's the puppet master. You need to keep him quiet. And when you keep him quiet, bro, that's what happens. Because he could not find Pedri, this guy, at any point in the game. How many times was he trying to, did he find Rashford? How many times did he find Ferran? How many times did he
But
find
Rashford did nothing.
Rashford?
Oh my, Rashford was locked
None
up
of
by
them
Fede.
did nothing. No one could do anything because they couldn't get the ball. They couldn't even get the ball.
But did you see every time Rashford got the ball? Did you see what Fede did, bro? Instantly, he's on to him like that. He's like, bro, you ain't going anywhere. Cool, have the ball. You ain't getting past me. Did you see that? Every time, him or flipping Lamine, bro. It's like, even when your wingers got the ball, they couldn't even do anything. I was like, bro, they're all like, it looks like they're
This
not
is
on
why I
it.
wanted
That's,
Casado to play in this game. And this is why I
oh,
said
you wanted Casado to play, right?
this is why I wanted Pedri to be up higher and put Casado
Do you have
and
a comment on
Pedri.
this before we move on? Before you keep going?
I mean, listen, we all know Van Lee. Van Lee is one of these fans that wants me to talk shit about Madrid. Listen, now I said it before, right? I
You
don't
don't need any talk
listen
shit. This guy
when
don't
I
even
felt like
like club.
Madrid when it got to a point where Madrid just were like, you know what it is? We don't even want goals. Let's just sit back and take this win. The win is what matters. I think at some point Madrid were like, you know what? The win is what matters. And listen, I feel like after like I would say the 75th minute, you guys were playing a low block and it is what it is. You guys were like, okay, we want the result now. We are not interested in getting more goals. We
But
just
why
want
do
the
you?
result.
But why do you think your wingers, like even your wingers and even Ferran, bro, even when they got the ball, they couldn't
Ferran
do
is
anything with
trash, bro. I'm not surprised at Ferran's performance at all. So, dude, I said it before the game, so people can't even be surprised that I am saying this.
it. You didn't
No
want him
one
to
didn't
start
expect
yet.
anything from Rashford.
You didn't want
No,
him to start yet.
no, absolutely not. He does most of his work as a bench player.
That's actually true. I can't lie.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. When it comes down to it, yeah, Ferran Torres does nothing on the pitch. This is why I keep saying play Rashford as a striker. I think Rashford would have done a way better job at the number 9 than this guy. I think he would have been more effective. I think Fermin would have been more effective. And this is why and you know what it is? When you put Pedri that high, right? You actually change the dynamic because now it's like, okay, now Camavinga is going to have to move away from Chouameni and basically mark out Pedri. And that could give De Jong more space to maybe do a lot more orchestrating. But
But
if you
even
put both of
Frankie
them,
didn't even do anything.
but that's the point. Because you know why? Because that was the pivot. So it was easy for Chouameni and Camavinga to be like, okay, this is the pivot. We are, you know what I mean, right? It's like we are
Mm.
now like this, right? But if you put one of them over here, now one of them has to move there with him, and now it's one-on-one. So now there's more space to like, and this is why if you brought Casado in this game, you would have given Madrid more problems because now Casado will be on Chouameni. Let's say if Chouameni's job is to mark out the young, and Pedri's and Camavinga's job is to mark out Pedri. If Camavinga is working with Pedri, Chouameni is with De Jong. Guess what? Casado is in the midfield as well. Casado's job is to also be the workhorse. So he's going to always be on
Mm.
Chouameni. Or he would probably go higher and try to help Pedri with Camavinga. You understand what I mean? Fermin Lopez wasn't dropping deep enough last season in this
Nah,
game.
nah.
He wasn't. Most of the time, it was just those two doing their job. De Jong and Pedri, and they got nullified.
All right, Omar. Before we move on to Lamine Yamal, bro, your defense, mate. Jesus Christ, Kunde, bro. The way he got skinned, like him and Eric Garcia. I mean, he was bad. Let's just keep it a G. Kobarsi. I mean, I don't think I need to say anything more.
Hmm.
And what was it? Balde mid, bro. What's happened to your defense? Honestly, what? Because, bro, even though you said your defense wasn't even good last season, I agree, but it was not this bad. Even though you were conceding chances, bro, this is reached another level now. What's happened?
Our defense was never good, brother.
Now, but why has it gone from let's say defense was like okay, like here, let's say here. Why has it gone from here then to flipping here?
Well, number one, because our defense is not good. Our defense wasn't good. Bro, I wanted this defense sold before the beginning of last season. I was asking for
Mm.
defenders. I was asking for all of it. Okay? I've been screaming, begging, pleading, bro, for Christensen to get an opportunity. Now Christensen is out. And now I'm
What?
sitting here like, yeah, he's injured. You just see
But
how
how did he
they
get injured? He didn't even play.
I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea.
But
Bro,
how
I
long
don't
is he
know.
out for?
I don't know how our players get injured anymore. I just hear injury here, injury there, injury here, injury. But we've lost our goalkeeper, we lost our defense, we lost our midfield, we lost our attack. Bro, we lost everybody. Everybody's getting injured, bro. Like, dude, now people don't get injured on the pitch anymore. Now it's like, dude, you just go to training now and someone gets injured in training or some shit. Like, bro, first of all, when it comes to this whole game, right? The defense, same thing I saw against Girona, same thing I saw against
Yeah,
Sevilla, same thing
it
I
is.
saw against Rayo, same thing I saw against Levante, same thing I saw against Oviedo, same thing I saw. Bro, I could be here all day. Same thing I saw against PSG. Same thing I saw, bro. Nothing has changed. Our defense is trash. And this manager is trying to make chicken salad out of chicken shit. You can't make shit defenders look good. These defenders are not good enough. We don't have fast defenders, and you want to play the defense line all the way to the midfield, and you're surprised when they don't recall when Chesney is having to deal with one-on-ones. Well, what the hell do you expect? What do you expect? Like Koundé, bro. Dude, Koundé is not the right back. He wasn't a right back last season. Yeah, he did well defensively as a right back. But dude, he's not even good at defensive anymore, which was actually the one thing he was good at. Eric Garcia is a better right back than Koundé. In fact, Eric Garcia has arguably been our
I
best
was
defender
shocked
in
they
this
played
season so
Garcia as
far.
a centre back. Oh my, I'll be real. I was shocked they played him there as a centre back.
Funny thing is, he's probably better than the centre backs over there. I mean, I would have rather seen Araujo and Eric Garcia in the defense. But then
Oh,
again,
you wouldn't have played Kubarsi.
but yeah, these guys, the industry plant. For some reason, Kobashi, we
Industry plant.
dude, I'm dead serious. I'm calling him dad now. I'm tired. No, I don't care anymore. I don't care what anyone says. I'm tired. I'm big. You know what it is? You know why I'm saying that, honestly, Sam, right? It's because I don't understand how I'm sitting down, I'm watching the games. Barca fans are watching the games just like I am. We're seeing this guy making mistake after mistake after mistake.
Look, did you actually just call him that?
We're being told after seeing him make mistakes, this guy's one of the best defenders in the world. Up and coming defenders. Look at what
Yeah.
he does. Look at this. Look at that. I'm just sitting there like, bro, are these people watching the same game I am? Like, I swear they're not actually watching the same game I am. They're not actually watching the same game as me. Am I tripping? Like, I was calling Akubashi from the start of the season. This brother is not ready. I don't know why everybody's so obsessed with trying to make this guy the next big thing. He's not ready. He's 18. Like, I don't understand why people want him to be good at 18, bro. Give him time to grow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think
everybody wants him to be, bro. Honestly, man, even Saliba, a player who many people consider the best defender in the world. Guess what? Was he cooking at 18? No, he wasn't even getting. I think I wasn't even playing him. He was
loaned out. He got loaned
everywhere.
out to Marseille for 2 years.
He sent him to Saint Etienne back on loan. He sent him to Marseille on 2 years loan. Right?
What am I talking about?
He sent him to us. He sent to us Saint Etienne. He sent him back. Send him to what's his name? Marseille, where he actually played well enough to be like, okay, now we'll give you an opportunity with the Arsenal team. But he wasn't playing at 18. Okay? I don't know why everyone's so obsessed. Look, people try to do the same thing with Raul Asensio. Guess what? Raul Asensio doesn't even play for Madrid, start for Madrid anymore.
Nah, he comes
Because
off the bench. Yeah.
because Alonso knows he's not good enough, bro. I don't care what the media or the fans
Maybe,
tell you. Oh,
maybe that
he's
he's not ready yet. He can be ready in a
but that
few.
is that's the point, though, Sam. He's not
Mm,
ready. If he's not ready, don't play him.
mm,
He's not ready. But we're
yeah,
saying, but we keep insisting we have to play him
yeah,
until he's ready. Okay, cool.
yeah,
Well, guess what? I'm not dealing with this. Because at the end of the day, this is Barcelona, bro. There's pressure that comes with wearing the shirt. And you're gonna get cooked if you play badly. I don't care if you're 18.
yeah.
People want to sit there and say, "Oh, take your time, take your time." I'm not taking my time, bro. He plays for Barcelona. He plays for my club. What am I just supposed to sit back and him making mistakes so that every single game and I'm watching him lose games, but I have to keep waiting for how long? Absolutely not. He's not ready. Get him off the bench. Play Christensen. I'm tired, bro. I need my Araujo Christensen partnership again, bro. These two players are currently available. They're both fit, right? They're both fit. Like last season, the reason they didn't play is because both of them were injured. This season, we actually have both. And we're refusing to play in both of them to start. Not one time have we tried that this season. Not once. And we've seen all these combinations that Flick keeps trying.
Nah,
And none of
Kubarta
them
was
work.
all over the. He was all over the place. Kubarta was all over the place. He was clearly your weakest link. Not that Garcia was much better, but Kubarta was just on another level of bad, bro. Um, now the biggest talking point, Lamine Yamal.
Mhm.
Look, here's the thing. I understand that you want to back your club before an Clasico. Look, I am not even criticizing my man for that. Do you get
Mhm.
me? If I was a
Mhm.
Madrid player and I'm out there talking, bro, I'd back my team. But do you agree that these comments that he made, um, actually, wait, hold on, you've got a question here. Um, wait, a question for. So I want a flexible, adaptable manager like Enrique Xavi. He's obviously a Barca fan, or he even wants Xavi back, who was also adaptable, but I
No,
want his.
no,
Yeah.
no. I'm
Would you
good on
say
Xavi.
since Xavi didn't have his identity in the club, now that Flick
Mhm.
has brought some identity, say Xavi, would you say Xavi could come back and build on it, or no? Do you say no? That boat
Nah,
sailed.
nah, man. I don't think so. I think what Xavi did at the time that he did what he needed to do. He was this
He
stuck.
couldn't get you any. He couldn't get you
Yeah, he
forward,
couldn't get us any further. With all due respect, I love Xavi, and I never wanted to get to a point where I would be Xavi out or start criticizing Xavi.
but you
I mean,
did.
Xavi. Yeah, of course. Like that last season, he wasn't good enough, and I wasn't going overboard, right? I wasn't like angry and shouting and going off on
Mm,
him, but I was definitely upset, right? And I was happy that he left because I was like, I never wanted to get to a point where it got toxic. You understand what I mean, right? He never got
yeah.
toxic, and he wanted to live on his own sword, and I feel respected him for that because he understood. Okay, I'm
Mm,
not really the guy for the job anymore. I feel like someone else needs to take over. And he stepped back. He did his thing. As far
fair.
as Enrique is concerned, he's the dream return, and he said that his dream is to coach Barca again. I'm like, yo, listen, after your time with PSG, let's talk. Let's talk
Mm,
because that
mm,
is one manager right there I would take back in a heartbeat. Because one thing I
mm,
know about Enrique, he reacts to what he sees. He's not just gonna be this guy where he's gonna be like, I'm gonna play this setup, I'm gonna play this lineup, I'm gonna play this, and I am not moving. You understand what I mean, right? We saw him do it with PSG last season. He started the season with a certain style. It didn't work. They were getting beaten. They were losing games, getting embarrassed. Heck, even games against Girona, they beat them 1-0 with an own goal. They had like 22 shots, I think, on target, and they didn't score one goal from one of their team. They needed their own goal to win the game. And when they were getting humbled and embarrassed, guess what? And they continued tweaking, changing the system, moving players,
mm.
changing something, doing whatever it takes. He didn't just sit there and say, I'm going to play like this until it works. He said, I'm going to try new stuff. And then guess what? He stumbled into the right formula. And what happened? They went on to win the treble. That's what a manager does. You tweak and you work it out. He did it with Barcelona in his first reign. That first season, people forget. People think that we just ran into the treble. We didn't just run into the treble. We lost to a first Clasico, 3-1. Suarez wasn't even playing yet. because he was still serving his ban from the World Cup. He came into the
Oh shit,
team,
yeah, that was 24,
and
2015 when
remember,
they did the
he had a
treble.
problem. Yeah, he had a fallout with Messi around that season. Enrique, he took
Oh
Xavi
shit,
Hernandez.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
he did, he did.
Xavi Hernandez had to sit down with both and squash the thing. He changed the setup, changed the style, and by February, our season started, and we went on the
Mm.
run and won everything that season.
If
I was
only we had bought it. If only we had a DM that season, bro. That shit still pisses me off
crazy
even
thing
to
is, we
say.
could have had an El Clasico final in the Champions League. I genuinely thought we were.
Bro, as soon as Luca, bro,
I did not expect you guys to lose to Juve, bro.
bro,
When
you
I
know what it
heard that
is?
you lost, I was like, what?
Nah, I was like, bro, as soon as Luca got injured, I was like, bruv,
No, bro, I'm not
nah,
gonna lie. That
ain't
Juventus team,
happening,
I
bro.
did not think they. I mean, even with losing Luca in that game, right? I said, nah, I'm sorry. That Madrid team should have been able to beat that Juventus team. I know that Juventus team, they had Pogba, they had Chiellini, Pirlo. Yeah, they had a lot of good players.
Even what was it?
Come on,
Barzagli and Bonucci, I think was
Mazzagli,
even there.
Chiellini, Benucci,
Yeah.
bro. They had that defensive. Ooh,
And bro,
that
look
was
at
a good
some of
one.
the defenders now, bro.
Vidal, they
With
had Vidal in the
do you know
midfield
what
with
it is?
Pirlo
You got
and Pogba in the midfield. They had a good team. They had a
yeah,
good team.
nah,
Morata and Llorente as the attack. Like,
nah, 100, nah, bro.
no,
It's
they had a
yeah,
good
no,
team, but
it's
brother,
bad
you guys
memories,
had
bro.
BBC around that time. Bale, Benzema, Cristiano, right? You still had good players in your team. You still
Bale
had
was
James
awful that season,
Rodriguez.
by the way. Now Bale was awful. Bale was absolutely
But
awful
even
that
if he
season.
was awful, it was still Bale. He still put up
Yeah, but
goals in that.
this is the thing. Even when he touched the ball, he was shit. That's
No,
the issue.
okay, cool. But still, I still,
I hear
and,
it.
and,
We were
and
one
you know
up.
what
We
it is?
shouldn't have bought it. We
Hindsight,
shouldn't have bought
I,
it. I agree.
but here's the thing. Hindsight is a beautiful thing. But I think around that time, if we could remember, no one
Yeah.
expected Juventus to knock Real Madrid out of the Champions League.
I don't
So
think
even
people
with
expected
yeah,
Juve.
so
I
that's
don't
why
even
I felt like
think.
it was a shock. But
Bro, do you know
just
what?
staying back. Go
I
ahead,
don't
go ahead.
even think people expected Juve to go that far as well. Let alone
No,
beating us and get to final.
there you go. This is why no one expected you guys to lose. They were like, okay, they lost the first leg, doesn't matter. They will win the second leg.
Mm.
And it is what it is. Well, unfortunately for you guys. But back to my Enrique point, I think when it comes to Enrique, when we do return in the Camp now, I feel like things will start to change at Barca, right? We will be in the one-on-one rule. We might be able to spend more money next summer, right? Depending on what happens this season. Depending on what happens this season. If
What you think if you don't win stuff that can
yeah, he could
cause
he
an
could
effect?
walk. He could walk, bro. Do you know how rare it is for managers to have 3 seasons at Barca? The last manager to have 3 seasons at Barcelona was Enrique in 2017. No manager has ever survived
Oh
3 seasons
wow!
since then.
Not even Ernesto
Valverde,
Valverde.
Valverde finished 2.5 seasons. He got sacked in January of 2020. So
Wow.
yeah, no manager has ever. Yeah, some managers have walked into their third season, but they've never finished their third season. It's
Oh,
only
you mean
Enrique.
okay, okay. No.
Enrique
Now
has
that makes
never.
sense.
Enrique is the last manager to have 3 full seasons at Barcelona.
Mm.
No manager has ever done that before
No,
him.
100. And
After
bro,
him, I meant. But
100.
but
Big
the
up
point
FJ.
is big
Big
up,
up
big up,
FJ, bro.
man. But yeah,
That's my manager right there.
yeah, big up, big up to him. But yeah,
He's a
yeah,
Barca fan as well.
yeah, big up to him, big up to him. But yeah, for me, when it comes to Enrique, he's the dream with one.
Enrique, more like this guy. Bro, here's the thing with this man, Omar.
Let's talk about it.
Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Fair play, Lamine, for actually like having confidence in your own club and your own team. Like, fair play. I'm not taking that away from him. Like, cool.
Mm-hmm.
But bro, he's talking too much to the media.
Mm-hmm.
Way too much. And when he said cheats and the this and the that, bro, as soon as my man did that, I was like, yo, you've added more fuel now to the fire. These guys are already well up for it. Now you've made because did you see the way everyone was going after him?
Oh yeah,
After
yeah, yeah,
getting the
yeah.
link.
You could tell,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, because they
Let's
all
be
want.
real. He was trying to rattle the Madrid players,
Oh,
and
he
he
managed to do
said,
it,
but
but it ended up backfiring on himself at the
that's
end.
the thing. He rattled them, and when they won, they showed their emotion. They were like, okay, say
Bro,
what are you saying now?
but let's be real. Not only shouldn't he have said what he said, um, let's be real, mate.
Mm,
he was awful,
mhm.
absolutely awful.
Yep.
Um,
Mm.
well, what are your thoughts, man? Because a lot of Barca fans are angry. Number one, that he spoke like that because they were like, you literally made it so much more difficult for the team. Two, people are saying your performances have dropped off massively now. Something's not happening.
First of
Your
all,
thoughts?
anyone who says, look, man. First of all, I don't have a problem with players talking before the game because
Hmm.
I've been a fan long enough to know this is not the first time a Barca or Madrid player have ever talked before the game. This
No.
happens before. I feel like you know what it is also, Sam, right? I feel like a lot of these younger fans, they're so soft, man. They really are, bro. They're really soft. They don't like hearing people criticize, "Oh, how dare you talk bad about my club, bro." This is football, okay?
Yeah.
Rivals who talk shit about your club. Which you think I have time to be responding to every Madrid fan that talks shit about Barcelona in my chat? No,
Nah.
because that's what it is. Football is football, right? This is why it's called a rivalry. We're not friends, okay? You think Sam likes my club? Absolutely not. Absolutely despises my club with every single fiber of his being, just like
Hope
I
it burns
despise
to
his.
hell.
Facts.
No,
But that's
no
what we.
disrespect,
But that's
but
what makes it a rivalry. That's why we love it
yeah,
because
of
there's no
course.
love. There's no love, and you know what it is? We throw digs at each other. And I feel like when it comes to Yamal, right? People throw digs. I feel like maybe it's also the things he said that mostly bothered the Madrid players. Is what he said, not the fact that he threw digs. If he just came out and he just said, you know what it is, yeah, I have a good record in the Bernabeu. I always go there. Like he said that, right? If he had just stopped there, if he had just said, yeah, listen, man, if my record stays for itself. When I'm in the Bernabeu, I always do my thing over there, man. People have
Hmm.
pressure in the
Hmm.
Bernabeu, not me. I don't feel no pressure when I go to that stadium. You understand what I mean, right? Yeah, man. Listen, Madrid complain all the time. Yeah, man. That's what they do, man. They always complain. It is what it is. I think it's the moment where he said, "Yeah, these guys cheat and stuff." Like I know fans, as fans, we talk about, yeah, Madrid cheat, UEFA Lona, UEFA Madrid, Madrid, all of this stuff. Yeah, we fans, we say that because that's banter between fans. The moment that player now says it's okay, so now when you are a player saying it to other players, the players are also gonna be like, the fuck did they just say? You understand what I mean, right? And that's what happened. The moment you now said Madrid cheats, you gained the attention of all the Madrid players. Because it's like, you actually said that. Okay, then, cool. Let's see what you're saying after the game. And that's what happened.
Would
Carvajal
you have
came out.
prefer, would you have preferred that he didn't say that? The
I
cheats
would.
and
I had no
stuff.
problem with what he said. I didn't have a problem with him throwing digs at Madrid. I wouldn't. I don't think he should have said that, saying things like cheating and stuff. Because I'm gonna be very honest. When Courtois came out and talked about the Negreira case, I said, "Bro, that is low." Yeah, you
Yeah,
can throw
I mean,
digs,
yeah,
but
yeah,
the
yeah.
fuck are you doing talking about the Negreira? Like, first of all, that is an ongoing case. The case has not been concluded. We have not been found guilty yet by the courts. You understand what I
Mm,
mean, right? Now
mm.
you're talking about all this stuff. Guess what? If we're found innocent, guess what? Now you look like a dumbass because you brought
Yeah,
it up.
that's
So
why I
it's
don't
like,
like to bring up
okay,
cases.
but
That is why I
true
never love
digs.
doing this to a case. So,
I
like,
remember, yeah, I remember a few years ago when Courtois came out and said after we won, I think after we were about to win the league, and you guys that season, we didn't beat you that season, right? He came out and he said, well, I don't think Barcelona deserved the league. Why? Because they didn't beat Madrid the whole season. That was a shot at Barcelona,
mm,
right? And I was like, and you know what it is? That pissed me off when he said that. But I wasn't
yeah.
sitting there like, he shouldn't be saying that. Oh, how dare he say that? Now I was like, okay, man, this brother is rattling. He's trying to rattle the fans. He's trying to
But bro,
rattle us.
like
Yeah.
real talk. Lamine Yamal though, despite all that, bro,
Mm-hmm.
he did nothing. Big up Matrix for the rip. Bless up, brother. Bless up, mate. Big up, bro.
But yeah,
What
no, he was quiet, and
what
that's
happened?
and
What
this is
happened?
and that and the, just to continue, right?
Mm.
That's the problem. Cristiano Ronaldo used to talk the talk. A lot of people don't like Cristiano Ronaldo. Yo, listen, guess what? Guess what? Guess what, Sam? I'm going to talk about someone from your native country, man like Zlatan. There was no one in football that talked more than Zlatan, bro. In my lifetime, that brother was the definition of talking the most. You understand what I mean, right? He would throw, he would do, he didn't care. He said anything. Like you never knew what Zlatan was gonna say. You understand
Yeah,
what I mean, right? But the
yeah.
difference is this. Zlatan on the pitch was a monster. My man Zlatan would say, "Oh, word? Okay, cool. You said this, I cool. We'll see." You understand what I mean, right? I'll see you on the
Yeah.
pitch. You see, bro. Let me see you talk. And guess what? He will talk the talk, walk the walk, and then talk after the game. Like, don't ever talk shit about me. I'm Zlatan, bro. Put some respect on my name. Cristiano Ronaldo was the same thing. Yeah, it doesn't always work out. Sometimes Cristiano Ronaldo would say things, it would backfire, and guess what? The fans would clown him. But this is the thing with Cristiano Ronaldo. When people when people said something to him, when people did things that he didn't like, he responded. And when he responded on the pitch, he made you make sure you knew he responded.
The issue is, Omar, he didn't respond. Lamine
And
Yamal
that's
did
the
nothing.
problem with Yamal. When you talk like that, you better have a game man of the match performance, because if you don't, it is over for you, my friend. It is over for you. You understand what I mean, right? And that's the problem with Yamal. The reactions from me, going at fans, I feel like, you know what it is, right? I feel like I wouldn't have had a problem at all with what Madrid did. If, let's say, Madrid, I don't know, went to the after the game, right? Like, you know how Yamal spoke to the media, right? If Carvajal, Courtois, Vinny, all these guys, right? They just talked the most shit about Yamal after the game, right? Talk the most shit, right? Like, you know how Bellingham came out and he put that thing, right? Talk is cheap and stuff like that. You know what? I had no problem with that. I was like, you know what it is, right? Yamal started to talk. Bellingham said, "Okay, bro, what are you saying now? What are you saying now, bro? Guess who got the 3 points? Who got the win? Where were you today? Guess what? I
Hmm.
scored the winner. What were you doing?" You understand what I mean, right? Talk is cheap, bro. Prove it on the pitch. Like, that's the thing, right? It's the moment where I saw, like, how the Madrid players were just coming at him, right? I was like, first of all, you guys think you look tough, but that doesn't look tough, because it just makes you look
I
emotional.
don't think it's about doing tough.
No,
I
no.
think
So
it's a,
let me finish. I'll let you.
uh,
Let me explain. Let me finish the
go
point. The
on, man. Go
point.
on, bro.
This is what I'm. No, no. So this is what I'm trying to get at, right? When you all confront him the way you do, it makes it seem like his words hit struck too much of a nerve. It got you guys too emotional. I feel like the best way to react to this for me would have been if they just said, "You know what? Okay, we won. Guess what, bro? You know how Carvajal reacted to it? I didn't even have a problem with Carvajal do what he did, because he did not like walk up to him and just say, "Oh, what are you saying now?" Like, trying to fight him. Like, you feel me, right? He just looked at him and said, "Yeah, you did a lot of this." You feel me, right? And you saw Yamal like trying to confront him. You know what it is? I said, "You know what, Carvajal, cool," because you did not confront him. You just said, "All right, man, what are you saying now?" And Yamal
Mm.
showed emotion. When Courtois was trying to like run at him, I was like, "What are you? What are you doing? Like, why are you running after this kid?" You feel me, right? You're just showing
Mm.
that this brother, his words body you that much. And the thing with Yamal is, he could just be the same way the next time. He'll be like, "Oh, I know, I'm gonna rattle these guys next time." So if he next Classico at the Camp now, if he scores and he starts talking shit, he knows that that's gonna bother the Madrid players.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? So sometimes you gotta show that words don't bother you that much. You can make your response, but don't let it seem that the words hit home. Because sometimes when football players know that you listen to them, they will always throw subliminals. And next time Yamal will not talk before the game. He will talk after the game. And he will just talk his shit. And he will know that he's pissing off the Madrid players. Because he knows that he pissed them off the last time. And they showed it on the pitch. Right? But yeah, I mean, listen, I don't agree with what Yamal said at all, right? I don't, right? I'm all for throwing digs. There's just certain digs I feel like are too low. And I think that what he said was low. I even said it. I was like, bro, it's too low. I'm sorry. You shouldn't be saying that. And Yamal, I'm gonna be very honest, this is a bad tendency about him I don't like. Honestly, Sam. I don't like it. The brother talks too much before games. You could talk after
Yeah.
the game, bro. I don't need you to talk before the game. I hate footballers that talk before the game. Listen, for many fans, they like, especially in America, right? America, athletes here in America, they like to do this thing of like talking before the game. It's just talking, bro. just sitting there, just
Mm.
talking, like hyping up themselves, the team, and all this stuff. You understand what I mean, right?
Nah, Zia, to be fair, he has explained he doesn't have a problem with that, but you better perform. That's the thing. He didn't perform. So
That's my
he's got to
point.
hold it out. Yeah. Yeah.
But that's
Now go on, man.
no, but that's the point. At the end of the day, talk your ish, but back it up on the pitch. And also, and you said, Zia, you watched the video. Didn't I say that what he said about the what's the name, the cheating thing? I don't agree with that. That's not something you say. Yeah, you can say, oh, I have a good record at the Bernabeu. Yeah, my players always complain. Fine, say all of that. That is not something that as fans, maybe people will take too personal. Maybe people won't be happy, but they will hold it personal. When you say things like cheat as a player, you can't say that. When you say that, bro, now you run the risk of, like, you understand what I mean? Like, it's like if I accuse Sam of cheating, bro. Like, respectfully, that's another level, right? I can say, oh, Sam is, I can say, oh yeah, Sam complains all the time. He whines all the time on this. You can be like, he may not be happy, but he will, like, whatever, man. But if I start sitting there and saying, yeah, Sam cheats to do things on YouTube, it's like, that's allegation. That's allegation, bro. Don't put allegation in my name, because allegations spread. You understand what I mean, right? They
Yeah.
spread, bro. Don't put those things out there, because when you put it out there, you start putting stuff in people's ears. You understand what I mean, right? Don't do that.
Hmm.
And that's the thing. So when it comes to Yamal, bro, he talks too much before games. He's done it.
Mm.
He did it in the Nations League. He did it in the what's the name? The Inter game. He did it in this Madrid game. He's done it a few times, bro. I don't understand why he's so obsessed with, like, the Instagram thing, talking before the game. Bro, don't talk. I don't need you to talk before the game. Be quiet. Be quiet, bro. I need
Yeah,
you.
I
You see
could
that
tell.
confidence that you have to tweet.
By the way, I could tell that this guy did not like that. I could tell this guy was like, "Yo, be quiet. When the game's done, then say what you want. But right now, be quiet. Don't antagonize them even more."
Bro,
But
I get it. You're confident. You believe that you're going to win. You believe you're going to
listen,
perform.
fair
Okay,
play.
then.
Be
Okay,
confident. I
then.
don't care.
Keep that energy. I want you to keep that energy. Hold that energy for the game. Hold that energy for the game. When you cook in the game, then guess what, bro? Put all of the stories, put it on the stories, to show, oh yeah, we back up, we always turn up, we always do this. I don't care if the Madrid fans don't like it. You won the game, you can talk your shit. It doesn't matter. You won. Winners can celebrate however they want. I never sit there and say to Madrid, even Madrid, sometimes when they celebrate, sometimes I think they go overboard. Hey, you won. When you win, you can do whatever you want. You won. That's what
Mm,
winners do. Winners celebrate however they want. Sometimes people don't like it. It is what it is. When you win, you can do whatever you want. But when you talk shit before the game, be ready for the consequences when you don't succeed, bro. Because it comes with it.
mm. Nah, 100. Well, listen, I agree. Look, Lamine Yamal, fair play for like having confidence, but bro, some of the stuff you're saying, mates, nah, you need to calm down, bro. Last topic before we get out of here. Last like
Mhm,
10 minutes or so.
mhm,
Barcelona, Real Madrid now. Moving forward now, brother. I'm
mhm.
I'm just gonna do this. I'll start with your team, then we'll go on to my team afterwards.
All right.
Yep,
Mhm,
we're gonna do it this way. Bear in mind, Pedri is out for Elche. He's gone for that game. Uh, might be a blessing in disguise in terms of him getting fitness, but bro, let's just take it until the Betis game. You've
mhm.
got now, I would say, your mini
Jeez,
tough
look at this
star.
game.
Yeah,
Fuck's sake. Look at this game.
Elche, Bruges, Celta, Bilbao, Chelsea away, Deportivo at home, Betis away. Bro, talk me through, man. What are your thoughts?
Um, First of all, I don't know if people realize this. You guys see where Elche is in the table? They are not a relegation team. They're actually, I think, in the top 5 or top 6 or something. Where are they? Where is Elche? Last time I checked them, they were actually third in the table, and they were unbeaten. They were like the only team in the league that hadn't lost a game. Where are they? Hold on. Yeah, Elche eighth. They've lost 2 games this season, the same amount of games as Barca. So yeah, they are not a team to be trifled with. They actually drew against Atletico Madrid at the Wanda. Okay, Don't sleep on this Elche team,
Hmm.
right? But we at home, so I am expecting the win. I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't want to hear anything. Nothing. Nothing apart from a win. Surprises for me. Absolutely. That's it. And as far as the rest of the
Mm.
games is concerned, now the good news is that we are having players returning soon by the grace of God. Because right now, the amount of delays I've heard with injuries, returns, bro, I don't know. Apparently, João Garcia could be returning as soon as the Club Brugge game or the Celta Vigo game. That's amazing news. Because João Garcia,
Mm.
he's missed. He really is missed, right? Fair play to Chesney. He had a great game in the Clasico, right? But João Garcia is the guy. Rafinha could be returning soon as well, right? Lewandowski is already back in training today, right? Congratulate you know, I'm happy to see I'm happy to see that most of our injured players are back in training now. So that's probably the best news to come out of this because honestly, Sam, right? Another great news also is that international break after the Celta Vigo game, right? So by the time the Athletic Bilbao game comes around, Jean Garcia will be back, Lewandowski will be back, Rafinha will be back, Omo will probably be back by then or back in training by then, right?
Oh,
So
oh, I wouldn't mind that, by the way.
I
I
mean,
would
bro,
not mind.
it's squad depth, bro. It's squad depth.
No, I know, but he's not been good. That's the
No,
thing.
so
He's not
so
been
so
good.
Kiki is saying Rafinha is out for a month. He's not out for a full month, basically. By the
Mm.
time that's why I said Rafinha could be back by the Bilbao game. So by then he will be back in training.
Mm.
You understand what I mean, right? So, but yeah, those games. Listen, we definitely need Rafinha, Lewandowski, and Jean Garcia to be back by the El Bilbao game because we're playing Bilbao, Chelsea, and Betis and Alaves in that run. Bilbao and Betis are gonna be a banana slip, bro. Huge one,
Yeah, they will
huge
be.
one.
What's your prediction if we go through from Elche to base? Give me your things. Big up, Vanessa. Give me your thoughts.
I mean,
From
Elche,
Elche to base, like
I don't.
win, loss, draw.
So I expect us to win against Elche. Nothing will suffice us apart from a win, and also, but I don't think it's gonna be a big win though. I think it's gonna be a big win. I don't trust this team to do get a big win. Now that I said that, they're probably gonna get a big win now. I can never say anything, but Club Brugge in the Champions League, yeah, we'll probably win that.
Mm.
We've been okay in the Champions League. You understand what I mean, right? So probably win that. Celta Vigo, yeah, Celta Vigo are in the relegations now. I think they're what? Where are they? No, actually they're 13th. So, but they've only won one game this season. They played 10 games. They've only won one, right? But they've drawn seven. So that don't be surprised if that's a draw,
Mm.
Sam. That game because
So
they
how
have
many
drawn
points?
so many games this season.
Yeah, because so how many points do you expect to get from this like
Okay,
these games?
Bilbao at home.
I
If
think
we
Elche
okay,
will be your biggest test. One of the
so
biggest tests, even if it's not going to be there.
Elche will win. So a game before the international break, I expect either 6 or 4 points, 4 or 6 points
Mm.
from those two games in the league, right? So we'll beat Elche, or we'll either beat Celta Vigo or we'll draw that game. You understand what I mean, right? The Athletic Bilbao game. Hopefully, if we get our players back for that, some of our key players back for that, right? We
Mm-hmm.
should win the game. I'm not saying we're gonna walk the game, like walk in the park, but I expect that if we have our best players in that game, we will win that game, right? Alaves, yes, we'll win the game against Alaves. Betis away is gonna be tough. Betis away is gonna be tough. That could potentially be a loss if we underestimate them. But yeah. So I'm looking at all these games right now, and I see a potential, let's see, 3, 4, 7, 10, probably 10 points, 10 out of a possible 16, or 12 out of a possible 16. 15
12
by the
out
way.
of 6.
15,
So you think
15.
you're going to drop 3 points?
Potentially, yes. Maybe the Betis game. Betis game
Okay.
could
And
be
then my final thing before we head out, because I am gonna join Zia's thing. Here, well, I'm gonna show you something now. I'm gonna show you this
are you
now.
talking about the European heavyweight show?
No, 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 bro. Me and Zia, we've got our own show now.
No, the Blancos,
Yeah, yeah,
Girotti.
yeah, yeah. They are rotten. Yeah, yeah. Here, let me show you. Obviously, now we've got. Actually, I
Mm.
showed you from here, so I might as well do the same. Um,
Okay.
actually, yeah. Valencia, Liverpool, Rayo, Elche, Olympiacos, then Girona, Celta, City, Deportivo. After that, Sevilla and Betis on 2 straight home games. But we'll go to these games
Hmm.
from Valencia to Alaves, bro. I think Rayo. I think we will drop points to them. Unfortunately, the
Hmm.
rest though, I think we could win. I think we can win the rest of them.
Yeah. Honestly, I would genuinely be surprised if you drop points in any of those games apart from the Rayo game. That game could be a banana skin. Because I think you guys drew 3-3 against them last season, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah, you drew 3-3 against. So yeah, they're a tough team to play against. Okay. Uh yeah, Valencia. I know you guys lost to them last season. This is not last season. You guys will batter them in this game, right? Rayo. Hopefully, Rayo do us a favor and get points because we're playing Celta Vigo the same day. So if we drop points and you drop points, that just means that we are not far away from the pack. Elche away. I mean, anything can happen. Elche are one of those teams that are actually playing well. I mean, maybe they might be
Can I
able to
ask you?
fight. Maybe they might fight. If they fight, if they give it a go, they could get a draw out of that. If they do,
Can I ask you a serious question? Serious question.
Mhm.
Forget the Champions League games. We'll
No,
just
no,
go
I'm just
through this
focusing
one
on the
thing.
league. That's why I'm not
Okay,
talking about Liverpool and
okay,
Olympiacos.
yeah. Just quickly about this game. Win, lose, or
Mhm.
draw. Do you think we'll win?
Liverpool are vulnerable right now, and you should beat them.
Mm.
Yes, their defense is
All right.
absolutely crap. Oh, their defense is. Whew, their defense is. But I don't care what they did against Frankfurt. Frankfurt conceded 5 against like Galatasaray, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so I'm not hearing that. These guys have been poor, very, very poor, right? But here's the thing, you guys. But and also, yeah, their attack is not really doing its job. Isaac is not playing well. You understand what I mean, right? Like a TK is playing well, but he's not even getting played that much. Verts has been absolutely anonymous since he's arrived, right? I think that you guys will win this game. I think you guys will win. I almost don't be surprised if you win. I can see you guys be. I don't know. I can see like a 3-1 potentially
Fair.
at Anfield. I can
Fair.
see 3-1.
And final thing, if we do end up somehow winning Valencia, Rayo, Elche, Girona,
Winning
Celta,
all the games.
if we win them all, are you gonna start giving up? Say, oh, bro,
If we
w-
win all your games and we drop two, if we drop points in 2 out of those games during that run, yeah, the title race is over. If we
it's over,
drop points, I don't mean like lose, but even draw, right? 2 games out of those games and you win all of your games, yeah, it's done.
bro.
It's
We've
done.
dropped points in one game. We've
That's my
dropped 20
point.
points all season. That was against Atleti. That's it.
That's
No
my
other game.
point.
We've won. We've not drawn a single game. I don't think I've ever
That's
seen
my
this in my
point.
life.
That is my point. That is my point. That's why I feel like, because you know what Dave always says, and I do agree with him. You guys will do your job against the smaller teams. You
Yeah.
understand what I mean,
If
right?
we can just
So
keep this up now against the bigger teams, then we can do something special. But
this is why Barca needs to wake up. We just have to
yeah, before
start.
it's too late. Yeah, before
Yeah,
the
we
gap's
need to
too
wake
big.
up and start winning every game from now on. Forget about what Madrid is. Don't even think about Madrid. Let the fans think about Madrid. You don't look at the table. Forget about whether Madrid win or lose. Just win. Just focus on yourself and just win your games. Listen, football is funny, bro. At the end of the day, I can see Madrid definitely dropping points somewhere in the season. You will drop points. Don't even be surprised if you drop points in one of these games. You understand what I mean, right? Or lose one of these games. Anything can happen. You understand what I mean? That's why I want Barca to just focus on themselves and get the wins for themselves. Forget about what Madrid is doing. Because Madrid will drop. If Madrid drop points, guess what? If they lose and we win, now it's 2 points. We've got that ground. So guess what? If Madrid draw one more game and we win, Here we are now. We're both tied on points. Just focus on yourself and win your games. Forget about what Madrid is doing. That's all you need to do.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Omar, big up, bro. I appreciate it, brother. Like always. Um, what we got coming up, bro?
Hey man, listen. Omar BYT been releasing a lot of videos. Coolest Culture will be back tomorrow with the panel. I'm sure the panel will be very, very. We'll have a lot to talk about after the Classico. But yeah, big up to you. Appreciate
Mm.
you for having me, man.
Nah, 100, man, 100. Big up. Guys, I will be back again tomorrow. So, bro, we'll see what happens. But yeah, until then, it's lonely at the top, people. It's lonely at the top. As I say. Big up, Omar, as always. It's going to redirect to see it. We're going live on his channel now. We'll be safe, Omar. Bless up, man. We'll talk on Football Chaos. We'll talk on Football Chaos.
Absolutely, bro. Take
Everyone,
care.
take care so far. Adios. Ciao. Ala Madrid.